All right. So you can take 3 trades, okay? One during Asia, one during London, and one during New York. 3 trades max, and one each session. All right. Hope you're following me. Anyways, now during Asia, you want to see a push to the upside or a push to the downside. Let's say we get a 5-minute, and this is only on 5-minute time frame. Let's say we get a push to the upside, right? Now we are gonna wait for a pullback, okay? And we're gonna wait for price to create some form of structure. Now, once we have this lower low, lower high, lower low, after a big push, and we have a pullback, inside the pullback, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. Now that is your range high. So you wanna mark the range high out. But we don't have a range low yet. So how do you determine a range low? All you gotta do is look for a market structure shift, okay? So lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is how the algorithm operates, so I don't know why, but anyways, once you get like a market structure shift like that, this becomes your range low. And keep watching, I'm gonna show you how to take your entries. So now, when we have both the range high and the range low, then we can look for trades, and there's a condition, okay? So first thing first, we look for a push up or push down, and then we wait for a pullback. Inside the pullback, we look for a market structure shift that we get here. Then we have the range low and the range high. Now on the 5-minute, you are waiting for price to either take out the range high or the range low. So let's say in this case, price goes down and it basically takes out the range low. Now, you first of all, the first step, look for a market structure shift. Second step is price should close above the range. It should be above the range, okay? So this is the range low. We take out the range low, we get a market structure shift, right? Market structure shift can happen anywhere here, but we want to see price close above the range. That's first step. Now your entry is going to be through an auto block. It's not going to be fair value gap, nothing, just an auto block. This is going to be your entry, and you're going to take a long position. Now this is going to be your full final TP, but what I do is I use my fib from range low to range high, right? And I take one partial, right, at around 0.5%, and then I close my position here. 0.5% off the range after the entry. All right, so this is pretty much the model. Let me show you guys some examples that worked out previously on gold. So let's just, all right, we are already on gold. All right, let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Let me see if I can find an example that worked today. During Asia. All right, look at it here. During Asia, we have a push to the upside. Now we have a strong push to the downside, right? Now look closely what we have here. A market structure shift. It can be a wick. We are just trying to determine our range low. So this is our range high, and this low becomes the range low. Now notice what happens. We sweep out the range low. Notice we didn't close above this high, so this would have been a market structure shift, but it wasn't. But look here. What do we have? A market structure shift. And what else do we have here? An auto block. Price taps into it, goes up, eventually just comes down, and I'm just showing you this random example. Comes back for another retest and then moves towards the final TP. Let me just go back. Let me show you more examples. So, all right, there's another one. Notice what happens here. Market opens. We have a big push to the upside. Hope you guys are following me. All right. Look, we have a push up. Bam. This is our range high. Now we pull down. Lower low, lower high, lower low. This is when we get a market structure shift, right? Now this becomes our range low. Okay, so range high, range low is determined when we get a market structure shift. This leg, this point caused the market structure shift, and that is gonna be your range low. If there's no structure here, then the range cannot be valid. All right. Now, notice what happens here. Price takes out the range high, right? It closes below this. So we have a market structure shift, and we have this auto block. Consecutive up close candles. We get a retest, and absolutely beautiful.